Bonjour, I'm Gina Rose, a filmmaker and musician from Zurich, Switzerland.
Bonjour, I'm my doctor, and together we are
A change of perspective. We make unconventional, independent films. Since 2019, we've been working on our first feature film. Let's talk about La Merveille Verte.
Let's do it.
Two years ago, we fell in love with the Green Fairy in a valley in the French-speaking part of Switzerland called Val de Travers. That's where absinthe was invented in the 18th century. It then became extremely popular all around the globe. La Fée Verte, the mythical personification of absinthe, was a muse for many famous artists like Van Gogh, Lautrec and Oscar Wilde. A whole era in France was marked by this spirit. And then absinthe was prohibited for almost 100 years. The distillers kept distilling their absinthe in secret to keep their tradition alive. And thanks to their resistance, we are now free to enjoy absinthe again. Yet many people are still scared of it, but more on that later. One big reason we really want to make this film is to educate people on the history, the cultural meaning, and the positive as well as the negative myths surrounding absinthe. We want to tell this story like it's never been told before. We'll take the audience on a journey with our main character who is discovering absinthe for the first time. But this film is not only about absinthe. La Merveille Verte is a mystical psychological drama film. It's about a Czech surgeon living in Zurich. When he loses his first patient, he is confronted with all of his past mistakes. He tries to escape his guilt and finds himself on a strange odyssey. That's when his path intertwines with the Green Fairy. This story explores existential questions, for example, what it means to be a good or a bad person. It's all about the human experience. We all wonder, is there such a thing as fate? Or is it all coincidence? Or is it maybe both? This film starts out in Zurich and continues to Val de Travers. We are fascinated by the different mentalities of the people in the German versus the French-speaking parts of Switzerland, and it's important to us to bring across these places in an authentic way. That's why the main languages of our film are Swiss German and French. Yet we will also address global absinthe culture and how it varies from country to country. We will provide subtitles in English, French and German to make this film accessible for people all over the world. For a long time we were taught, even in school, that absinthe will make you sick and drive you crazy. And the absinthe plant wormwood and its components were blamed for it all. But did you know that originally absinthe was invented as medicine? Meanwhile, it has been proven to be no more dangerous than any other strong spirit. In the description of this video, you will find links to some studies about this topic. It takes time for people to realize that some drugs are not as dangerous as they were made out to be. Like in the USA, where cannabis was legalized in most states. Since then, this industry has generated over $10 billion. Our personal stance is that no drug is inherently good or bad. It can be both, and it just depends on the person using the substance. In Switzerland, there are very strict laws about alcohol advertisement, which makes it difficult to find sponsors for our film. Yes, alcohol is a drug that should be consumed responsibly, but it should also be acknowledged for its cultural and economical value. In general, it would probably be easier to make a film about absinthe if it were a straight-up documentary, but actually our film La Merveille Verte is a little bit of both. Fiction meets reality, as our fictional main character discovers the real history of absinthe. Last but not least, I want to tell you about the music. This film will be, on one hand, accompanied by wonderful classical composers, especially Czech ones, like Smetana, Janáček and Dvořák, and Messiaen and Pärt. On the other hand, Mike Doctor will be composing a part of the soundtrack as well. Music is an important part of any film, but to us it matters even more because we are musicians as well as filmmakers. You will hear it already in our trailer, which you will get to watch in just a minute. First, a little disclaimer. This is not a typical trailer. This film has not been made yet, so we could not cut together actual scenes from the film. This trailer is rather meant as a first cinematographic impression, to showcase the quality we are capable of and to bring across the themes of this film in their essence. Yet, we wanted to keep things mystical and leave some things open rather than giving away the whole story already. You will see everything through the point of view of our main character, who is experiencing a mix of reality and fantasy. Shooting this trailer was a lot of fun and a good way for us to try some things, like the look of the Green Fairy, which we are now adapting, and it will look different by the time we actually shoot this film. We also experimented with blacklight, and although these Green Fairy images look very psychedelic, the actual feature film will be mostly realistic, with a twist of course. Now you know everything you need to know about La Merveille Verte. Do you like this project? Then please support us by subscribing to our newsletter and following us on social media. And reach out if you want to help us make this film. Santé!
Es hat lang gedauert. Aber es war eine reine Frage der Zeit, bis sie ihren ersten Patienten verlieren. Aber es wird auch nicht ihre letzte sein. Machtlosigkeit ist ein Gefühl, das niemand gern hat. Ein paar Tage Auszeit werden Ihnen bestimmt gut tun. Aber wir können Sie nicht lange entbehren.